What's up, YouTube? My name is CJ. This is CJ Knows Tech, where I love to talk tech and anything creative. And ooh, it's going down today, baby. What we about to talk about? Hold on, let me get it a little bit more in the frame. We about to talk about the iPhone XS Max versus the Pixel 3 XL, baby, which just released. Now, this is Android's purest form of Android, which to me is the most comparable to iOS. Now, this is part one. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna get too in depth because I need to live with the Pixel 3 XL a little bit longer, but there are some key differences already and things that I can do for comparison. Especially for those of you on iOS that ever want to jump ship and try out Android, I highly recommend it be a pure Android device. But also, I want to point out a few things that I think Google needs to take note of that will help them create the perfect competition for this device. So anyways, let's get into it. Let's go head to head. Let's get let's make it happen. So the iPhone XS Max has been my main, use as of lately until came along this Pixel 3 XL. I wanted to give this its proper run. Now I'm carrying both simultaneously. And I got one in the back pocket, one in the front, you know what I mean, locked and loaded. I'm primarily reaching for this one to use so that way I can give it its proper due usage, opinions and thoughts and use, and I can report, what I'm trying to say, okay man, all right, I'm trying to get all. So these are two of the big heavyweights. Now obviously, yes, the Note 9 is one, but right now I kind of want to focus on these because when it comes to the purest OS experience, these are the top two from each genre inside. You know what I'm trying to say. Now, something I love about Android that you don't get on iOS with the XS Max, but you do get on the Pixel 3 XL is this right here, right now. As you can see, there is an always on display. I love the always on display. It's like the most convenient thing. I can look down at my phone and know what's going on. I can see my notifications. I can see how much battery, what time it is, the weather. I can look down, I'm like, oh, I got 2 calendar notifications right now. So I can pull up my notifications, look at them real quick, put it back to sleep. Always on display, always on. Information is always on. I love that. That's something that I think the XS Max needs to have. And I think, look, man, let me tell you my theory as to why iOS doesn't have an always on display. So you know how Apple in their specs, they're very minimal and obsolete, and they stretch it with the optimization. They're able to stretch a lot out of a little. But that's why something like that isn't offered, because it would drain the battery. Like the battery performance that you get out of these smaller batteries with iOS and optimization all rely on them cutting back on things like that. Now, if they gave you that, they would be forced to give us a bigger battery, which I'm okay with. Yo, Apple, if you want to give us an always on display on the iPhone XS or whatever the next iPhone, 12 and so forth, do it, please. Stretch that battery, make it happen, man, because, y'all not slick. A lot of the things that people are asking for that you won't give us is because we're gonna take a hit in the battery, and then we will see the true obsoleteness of some of the iPhone hardwares. I get it, you know what I mean? I ain't going, But I would love to see always on display on iOS. That would be great. Apple, I got faith in you. You're so innovative and you're so, brave and so forth. Make it happen. Now, there's something else on this that I touched in my past Note 9 versus iPhone XS Max, which is, I have it back now that I got the Pixel, is the multitasking. Like the picture-in-picture YouTube feature. Like YouTube, I don't know. I wish you could bring it to iOS. I don't know if it's, man, I just wish that can happen, because being able to shrink my YouTube video to a picture-in-picture square while I go ahead, let me show you a visual, because I don't know if I've ever shown a visual of this, but bam, look at the video right there in the cut, you know what I'm saying? So I could be like, oh, I got a Twitter notification. Oh, I can get on Twitter, blah, blah. I'm sorry for saying, you know what I'm saying, a lot. I'm gonna have to work on that as I have it. So I got the picture-in-picture popping off, and I could hit up Twitter, hit up Instagram, reply. I can get on my YouTube Studio Creator, double YouTube it up, you know what I mean? Reply to a comment and still watch the video uninterrupted. That right there is clutch. And then, you could just exit out right there, boom. super clutch for multitasking, for creators, for just the general population. We all are so much, we all got ADHD times 4. So I would love to see that in iOS. That's something that the Pixel has that the iPhone XS Max does not have. And that goes along with like the multitasking and so forth. You do split view. Now, iPhone has this version of multitasking, which technically isn't multitasking. It's just, I can slide quickly between apps. That's not multitasking, Apple. One plus with iOS that I love as an iOS user is you get real-time, up-to-date security updates, software updates. Everything is up-to-date in real time as it happens. As soon as it's available, you have it on your device. Well, the very same thing goes when you have a pure Google device. Is all updates that are pushed, all security patches, whatever, in real time directly. It's not like going through another manufacturer who has their own skin on there and they have to program their skin to accommodate the new updates. It's not happening. Samsung and everyone else, LG and all of you with other skins. So yeah, real-time updates on both of these. That's why that user experience with pure Android is very equivalent to iOS. That argument when people say, hey, I get all of my security updates, I get all of my software in real time. Well, that's not an argument with someone who has a Pixel device and has pure Android. Levels the playing field in that fact, and I love it. Also, pure Android is clean, it's stripped down. It's none of the hooble ha that slows down, none of those crazy animations. It's fast, it's snappy. Like, I got the latest Android right now already on my new device, not last year's Android or last versions, something that happens with the Note 9. I'm not kicking shade, it's the truth, it is what it is. Something that I'm getting back with the Pixel 3 XL that I didn't have on the iPhone that I lost when I left the Note 9 is a custom layout. Let me show you something. Now right now I'm using Nova Launcher, but I didn't need Nova Launcher to get this type of a layout. Natural Pixel Launcher, you can move your icons wherever you want them and so forth. I like Nova Launcher because I like the way it handles the folders and so forth. Like, look at these icons, they're all clean, right? And they look like regular icons, but if I swipe up, boom, it's a folder. And no one has to know it's a folder. Now, if I'm on my iOS device and we talking folders, it's quite obvious where my folders are, and I can't rearrange, I can't put them down here. It's not as free and as customizing as Android. This is a known fact. We all know these things, but it's nice and refreshing having the Pixel 3 XL and be able to, switch some things up and give it swag. Like, my Pixel 3 XL got mad swag right now. You know what I mean? It's on the hype beast swag thing right now, jumping off. So is my iPhone, lightweight, even on my lock screen, killing them with the off-white lock screen. That is what that is when it comes to those two software-wise. I'm getting a pretty comparable Android software experience against the iOS with the Pixel 3 XL. Now, when we talk about camera, I want to talk about the camera for a second, man. I did a quick little Twitter poll. I did a low light front-facing camera picture, and then I did a daylight front-facing camera picture. I put both side by side. I didn't tell anybody which was which. I just asked, pick left or right. Results were quite interesting. Some of them were going like neck and neck to some degree. Some were a blowout and so forth. But when it comes to the camera, no questions, hands down, in this world of the smartphone era. Now, we'll put it like this. Now, the iPhone gives you a nice natural representation of a photo. It's very soft though. And you know me, I shoot sharp, fast lenses. I need sharpness. The Pixel 3 XL is sharp as a tack, and that algorithm, artificial intelligence, whatever that is called, that thing that does the processing after it takes a picture, is serious. It has figured it out, and they are emulating results of cameras like these and this right here with the smartphone, and it's crazy, and it's only one lens right there. Google's like, yo, we sticking to the one lens and we crushing it. Now they gave you two on the front so you can get that wide selfie, and their selfie cam is banging. So like, cameras all around, whatever camera you choose to shoot with on the Pixel 3 XL, you have a lot more confidence of getting a beautiful shot, and I love that. Now the iPhone, it's a great camera as well. You know what I mean? Now we run into some little HDR smoothing hiccups and so forth in the beginning, it wasn't that big of an issue, you know what I mean? So the iPhone takes amazing, great photos. Like literally, I got both of these, and when it's time to take a photo, I'm reaching for the Pixel 3 XL, no questions asked, like legit, because the Pixel 3 XL has the best smartphone camera I've ever used. And I'm a camera guy. Sony a7 III, I'm gonna remind you, and Sony a6300. I didn't know how heavy the iPhone XS Max was until I had a Pixel in my hand. In a practical sense of everyday use, the lighter the device is, the better. So if my camera's lighter, I'm happier, especially if I'm out there on the move and I'm grooving, you know what I mean? The lighter it is, the better it is for me, my body, my back, and so forth. I like how light the Pixel is, and it's a nice build, you know what I mean? But yeah, it doesn't give you as premium of a feel, but technically, to be real, this thing, especially like without the case, you put this thing in your hand when you first pull it out, it feels great. Now, something else that the Pixel 3 XL, and we can compare, I'm so happy for iOS 12 and the new notifications. Thank you, Apple. Finally, we got stacked notifications, but this is the first iteration. It isn't quite as developed and as mature as the Android one. The notifications, the way they're stacked on Android and the way that they preview the information is far better than it is on iOS 12. But I'm thankful for iOS 12. I love the fact that they're stacking the notifications. I don't have to scroll through a long, scroll of notifications. Like, it's perfect. I love it. The notifications on Android are still better. That's a fact, man. Y'all know what's up. Okay, next, I want to talk about speakers. I want to talk about the front-facing dual speakers on both of these devices. Now, when it comes to front-facing dual speakers, the better speakers are on the iPhone XS Max. The speakers on here they're great. The sound quality is really good. And the representation of sound is great. Now, yes, the Pixel 3 XL has dual speakers. Yes, they're very loud. I see a lot of people judge dual speakers by how loud they are. I'm judging them by how they sound, how they perform. The side with the bigger slit has a bigger sound presence than the smaller slit up top. And even though on the iPhone, it's a small slit with the bottom firing, somehow they balanced it right. So maybe it's just a question of Google working on their balancing in the sound. Like, they need to do something about the sound, man. They need to balance it. Yes, it's loud. Yes, it's good. It's decent, but it could be a lot better. They could get that sound a lot more crisper. Maybe they need more high quality speakers and so forth. If I go from having a quality, great sound experience on my iPhone XS Max, and then I pull one of these out and then I notice the difference. I'm like, whoa, this kind of sound a little more kind of muffled. Yes, it vibrates a little bit. You feel a bass in them. So, I don't know. Google, figure that one out. Get your speakers more tuned, get them more balanced, and you got it right there, boom. Another thing let's talk about is the screen. Now, both have great OLED displays. They both look good. The one place though, where one outshines the other is out in bright sunlight. This Pixel 3 XL display in bright sunlight, even at max brightness, it struggles to be seen. Now, the iPhone does decent. The Note 9 does the best. So they need to raise the brightness on this display. Get a brighter display, Google, and you got it. There's something with the both of these that I don't care for, is the fact that Google and Apple both offered their initial phone, especially at these upper prices, at 64 gigs. I think 64 gigs needs to go away. There needs to be 128. Now, yes, the plus with Google is they give you unlimited photo uploads on their server and so forth, which helps to subsidize the 64 gigs, but I still don't think that that's an answer, because I don't want to put my photos on your server. I want to keep my photos on my device and then my devices and shift them and stuff. iPhone 64 gigs was the starting. I think both of you guys need to up that. 128 should be the minimum across the board. All right, another thing between the two is when you record video of yourself. Say if you wanted to use these for vlogging. Now, a big part of that is the microphone that captures your audio. Obviously the cameras on these are amazing, but what about the audio? The audio matters too. So the microphone that's capturing your voice or whatever you're recording matters. I think on the Pixel, from what I've heard, I don't know. I'm gonna play a video clip of me recording something. We're gonna see. Matter of fact, I should do something right now. Let's do it live, so that way it's like, it's real. You know what I mean? It's really about this. You guys saw me make it, and there's no excuse, so boom. Oh crap, drop him. All right. So as you can see right here, right now, I'm recording this video live, you know what I mean, while I'm doing the video here. And we're gonna put the microphone and the sound head to head. We'll see the experience. You can go off the view. Now I can't say this right now, just looking at it, yes, the iPhone has a nice natural 4K representation. The Pixel 3 XL has this cooler video representation. It looks good too though, but it's very cool. So when we say cool, that means it has a lot more of a blue. Because when you do white balance, it's either blue or like the warmer, which is like the more yellow tungsten. General, I'm probably getting too technical for you. I'm sorry. But, so here we are. We got side-by-side comparison. We'll be able to hear the audio and run it back. So let me stop that. So we'll see how that goes. And you guys can be the judge in that sense. So that's front-facing cameras, both recording 4K, 30 frames per second. And you can check the microphone, check the quality and everything head to head. Hit the comment section down below. Tell me which one is a better get down, you know what I mean? So we're using bright lights. It's perfect lighting, perfect scenario to get the best sound. So that's some of me just like laying out the typical things that you get out of these phones. It's not going deep into user experience. We're gonna do that on part 2. Google, you did it great. It's a great phone actually, and I know a lot of people are knocking the notch. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but my notch is hidden at the moment because I saw Jonathan Morrison's latest video, and there was a app. What's the app called? The app is in here. Nacho Notch, where it allows you to hide the notch, but you still get the information up there. Basically, it's just putting a black strip at the top. And even when the notch is showing, there's like a black strip, but it has the, what is it, low opacity or high? Anyways, it's like see-through. And not every app is optimized for it yet. Like the YouTube Studio Creator, it cuts into it. And at that point, like if the notch was activated, it would be cutting into the notch up there. So YouTube's Creator app is yet to be optimized for the Pixel 3 XL screen. You got a notch on both of these devices. But the reality is you're gonna use these devices, and where your eye generally concentrates, at the end of the day, the notch, it disappears. That doesn't mean that we want the notch, that doesn't mean that we like the notch, that doesn't mean that we love the notch. But as of right now, until we get these designs that eliminate the notch is here. Now, yes, the Pixel 3 XL notch isn't the prettiest notch, but just like all notches, you get over it, you look past it, it doesn't even bother you. Argue me however you feel, but that's the truth. Oh, Galaxy Watch going off. Oh yeah, another video is gonna be the combination of these two. I gotta let you know, because I've been using them. This one's synced up to that. That's what you just heard going off, was the Galaxy Watch, because you know, it's hooked up to the Pixel 3 XL. I will be giving you the Galaxy Watch full-on experience with a non-Samsung device. I've been using it, baby, and I got the scoop for you. So that's coming up, as well as part 2 to this user experience I'm gonna get into after having a more of a realistic user experience on the Pixel 3 XL is coming, as well as a full in-depth Pixel 3 XL review. I'll be swinging that your way. At the end of the year, what was my favorite flagship going between the Note 9, the XS Max, and the Pixel 3 XL? We're gonna get into it, baby. You know what I mean? The gloves is gonna come off. We're gonna get the swinging. And you know what I mean? The comment section can get turned up. My name is CJ. This is CJ Knows Tech, where I love to talk tech and anything creative. You just watched me go part 1 of the iPhone XS Max versus the Pixel 3 XL. I will be coming back with part 2 and so forth. Thank you for watching.